Supporters of Keep Dixie showed up at a special Washington County meeting Monday. The room was packed with people wearing red T-shirts supporting their cause. A quick Pledge of Allegiance brought the crowd together.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Consideration of Resolution Number R 2021-2845 is a resolution pertaining to the retention of the historic name Dixie in Dixie State University.
Even though the meeting was open to the public, commissioners didn't take public testimony on the resolution.
We simply cannot open this to a general public forum, and for several reasons. One, every clap you've made, every cheer you've made, everything you've stood up for, every point that was in the resolution is indeed your voice.
Washington County commissioners passed a resolution that will be sent to Utah legislators asking them to retain the historic name Dixie in Dixie State University.
Whereas the name Dixie has been proudly displayed on diplomas and certificates for over 100 years, and whereas the name change proposal before the upcoming Utah legislative session is in direct opposition to the majority of Washington County citizens who wish to retain the word Dixie, and be it further resolved that Washington County supports retaining the word Dixie in perpetuity as part of the name of Dixie State University.
The commissioners reflected on their alum of Dixie.
Dixie and Dixie Spirit really does represent this friendship that we've had for one another. It represents who we are as a community. It does not have anything to do with the trappings of the Confederacy. In fact, as student body president, I removed the Confederate flag from being flown on the campus. And what did we do? We changed it and put the word Dixie on our flag and created a flag that represented the Dixie spirit.
I'm a teacher at Dixie State. I teach entrepreneurial finance. I've taught many other classes. One of my students is sitting on the front row right here. I've had him multiple times. And at that meeting that was held at the Dixie Center, Abraham stood up and gave a passionate speech, but made a point that I think was really, he was kind of joking, but I think was really important, Mr. Chairman. And that was that he knew how to read when he applied for Dixie State University. He knew how to read when he got the acceptance letter from Dixie State University. He was not duped into coming to a school that had at its roots some racist tendencies.
The campus is already open and inclusive. It has been open and inclusive since I've been on that campus. So you're not making it any better by changing the name. As a matter of fact, you're losing your history, your traditions by not keeping the name. So now you're going to go to a new name that no one knows. So you'll have to remarket, you'll have to rebrand and do all of these things. Dixie State as it is now is a great name, it's a great community, it's a great school, so there's no reason for a change.
I don't know if the direction people always want to send us in is the direction I want to go. And I'm not so sure that our country is even going in the right direction, let alone some of the things in our county and state. So with that in mind, we're going to actually ask for a vote on this resolution. All in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Votes unanimous.
However, after the meeting, emotions on both sides ran deep in the hallway. Some students from the university who are in favor of the name change were upset they didn't get to give their testimony.
Yeah, we're really disappointed that the commissioners said nothing about students. There was nothing said about students in the meeting. Current students, prospective students, nothing. I'm just really disappointed in that, and I wish that they would have included students in this meeting. I didn't find out about it until today, and I asked these current students to come with me to share their voice.
We have never had an opportunity to speak. Do you realize that? We've been silenced, we have been lied to, we have been manipulated.
Literally, I have been across the nation asking people about the name Dixie. I asked them, is it offensive? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Dixie? No one has ever said that it's offensive, that it's racist, or any of those things. So here's Black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all types of people. And I made sure that I went across the social, economic, everything, right? Because I wanted to make sure that me standing for Dixie was the right thing to do.
It's 2021. Times are changing. It's different. Many people, the community right now, they graduated from Dixie College. It is a university now. We're moving forward. What's on their resumes and their transcripts was their associate's degree. A lot of them went on to further their education at universities, right? So Dixie may not even be on their transcript. But for us current students, it will be, because we're getting our bachelor's degrees here and further on. We want to continue to move on.
It's very welcoming, it's very warm, and I'm not willing to stand aside and watch a great place be maligned by untruths. I'm sorry, I can't do it. And I would be willing to challenge anyone that has anything different to say about Dixie State University, 100%.
And in the end, it will be up to the legislature to decide what this university in St. George will be called after 100 years as Dixie. In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.